Now, Tuesday sees the start of cricket's Champions Trophy with hosts South Africa, the favourites to win. The world's top 8 teams are all in attendance for what is effectively a mini World Cup. The home team begin their campaign against Sri Lanka. Xolelwa Majeke reports.
There's an air of relaxation within the South African camp ahead of Tuesday's opening game against Sri Lanka. It could be because the hosts are officially ranked #1 in Test and One-Day international cricket in the world. But now the challenge for the team affectionately known as the Proteas is to translate that into victory in this ICC Champions Trophy and finally shake off their reputation as chokers.
I don't think choke is the correct word. I think choking is when you get into a situation where you should win the game and you don't win it. We haven't been in that situation for a while.
We often go into these tournaments as favourites, and we often perhaps not quite get over the line like we should.
Daryl Cullinan now runs a cricket academy and also believes that there's very little which separates most of the teams in this year's tournament. But that South Africa, who captured the inaugural Champions Trophy back in 1998, have an edge in inspirational skipper Graeme Smith.
He's a big player, of that there's no doubt. And when he's playing well, you're right. When he's playing well, the rest of the team's playing well.
But the South African captain says getting by in this tournament will be a team effort.
Look, I think, you're dealing with the top 8 teams in the world, and I think world cricket is pretty tight at the moment. I think, it's obviously, Australia performing well, Sri Lanka have had a good time at home.
Although the hosts may have a lot going for them, they haven't played a one-day international match in 5 months, and compared to the rest of the tournament lineup, they could be a little rusty. However, former Proteas coach Ray Jennings feels that their lack of action may not be altogether a bad thing.
Yeah, I think on the one hand that is a concern, but on the other hand they could be fresh as well. I think depends how they start. I think they'll be very fresh, but if the first game is a poor game, then they're going to be under pressure.
Playing in front of their home crowd could be just the kind of motivation that this South African side needs to see this one through. And the fans couldn't be more thrilled with the spoils of yet another world-class tournament so soon after the country hosted the Indian Premier League.
I feel great, really. We had such a great events before of this kind of stature, so I can say I'm waiting for it.
People are very fanatical about sports in this land. So there'll be huge opportunities for us.
The 2009 ICC Champions Trophy is not only a bonus for local fans, but an opportunity for South Africa to reiterate their #1 status in world cricket by winning a major title. Xolelwa Majeke, Jazeera, Potchefstroom, South Africa.